Greetings everyone, this is Elizabeth and we are here on the Brother Scan and Cut CM350. I am using the text tool to type out the words I want for my budget binder. I realized that part took a little too long, so this is the voiceover. So you're going to have a little bit of voiceover, a little bit of sped up area, because this part here is really mundane. You just grab your text tool, type your word, and go from there. And if you're doing each word for your budget binder or any project differently, you can change the font as you go. In a minute, I'm going to grab them all and change all the fonts at once. Now, to keep mine looking uniformed and good, I am going to have all of my fonts be the same. I don't know if we can change them all at once, but we're going to find out. So I just click an empty spot, drag and grab everybody, and you know that everybody has been grabbed because they're highlighted in blue squares. And then up here at the top, we can see our text information. We can see what color that it's going to be a cut. Our view is at 40%. It's a bold font right there. And we're going to see what other styles they have. So we're going to click on this. And I kind of want it fun, but I also need it to be legible. Because, you know, you ever see those tattoos where you're like, oh, that's really cool tattoo, but I can't read it? Yeah, we don't want that. We want to be able to read it and read it kind of quickly. So you can just, oh my goodness, there are so many in here. And it looks like it is pulling all of my fonts from off of the computer. Yep. There's Balleria. Defont.com is where I get most of them. I go and I search for the 100% free ones so that if I ever want to make a sticker or something to sell it, I can do that. But the really good ones you have to pay for, but there's so many free ones, and there's a lot of font places. Who is that one? Oh, Creative Fabrica. Any place that sells SVGs are gonna have good fonts too. You just gotta pay for them. And let me tell you, they're worth it because you can take them with you anywhere. Save them on your computer. Ooh, that one's kind of fun and it's legible. Let's see what that looks like. Actually no, because what's gonna happen, let me zoom this. Okay, we gotta watch for a few things. Okay, you see this? It's going to cut that out too. It's not going to be a solid image. It's going to try and cut some of that out. And we don't want that. But if we... Yeah, we don't want that. Okay, we're going to change that back to 1. And then we're just going to go and find us another one. So I'm going to go ahead and pause you. And we're going to go through this. Well, I am. You guys are going to wait for me to get done and come back with a fabulous design. That one's kind of fun. And the reason this... Oh, yeah, see, that would cut it really nice. But I don't like how the W shows up there. I think that's... And the S. I don't like that. But it's interesting. Alright, I'll see you in a few minutes. A few minutes for me. Seconds for you. Alright, I picked this one. I think it's a nice, chunky... I did double click in this A Fun Night, and I'm gonna delete that and call it free choice. CHOICE. Google, how do you spell choice? Please hold. For all of you bookworms out there, yes. I now know it is correct. You ever just get a hold of words and stuff and they just don't look right? That is us today. Me. That is me today. So I'm going to back this out, and I'm using Gill Sans. And I kind of like it. So what I need to do, okay, we have these great little words, but they need to fit on this, on these. Hey, get out my way. They need to fit on these pouches. And I'm thinking what I want is them to fit the size of a bill. Now, lucky me, I have some bills just flopping around here. So I'm going to reach over and grab my ruler. Please extend. So we're going to say that I don't want my words any bigger. We're going to make it easy on ourselves. Okay, no bigger than 6 inches. So we're going to come. Are you guys with me? Are you guys crooked? Probably. So right over here, we're in the basic editing form for words, right? But we need to change some aspects of our word. So we're going to pop down to the edit button. Okay, and we want this unchecked because we don't want to maintain the aspect ratio. Okay, so we're gonna say the width on this is gonna stop at 6. Okay, because it can be a little bit bigger, and then the height of it. This is where the fun comes in. We're gonna take our little ruler and measure our bill. And again, I'm going to make it easy for myself, and I'm going to say 2.5. Okay, so these are going to be nice and chunky 2.5. We hit enter and look at that chunky little word. I love it. And so we can adjust our gas to do the same thing. Or let's see if we can select a couple of them, right? We've got those 3. Probably not. Yeah, because that's not going to work. That's only going to do that. That's all right. So we're going to do these one at a time, and all I'm going to do is make the width, the length of it. We're going to do 6 and 2.5. Okay, so that's a nice fat chunky gas, but look at, if we put them together, okay, they're the same size. Pretty cool, right? It's going to be super fun. That's going to be nice and pretty. I think I'll do some glitter sticker paper for these. So I'm just going to go ahead and edit these to be all 6 by 2.5. Okay, so I did the ones that are rolling singles, but like payday savings is one piece. So what I'm going to do with that is the top half, I'm going to make our 6 inches, but the height of it, now we were doing 2.5, so I'm going to do the 2 inches for that, okay? And then the savings part, okay, is going to be our 6 inches just like the rest, but we're going to get our little difference there and just put it at a half. So together it is 6 by 2.5. So we're going to do that the same with this one. We're going to do 6 by 2, and then we're going to scooch that over so we can grab that. We're going to do our 6. Hey, I said 6 by a half, 0.5. Okay, so then we have those that go together. So cute. Look at that. Now, I'm going to select these two because they do go together, right? And what we're going to do is we want to group them together and center them so that when we cut them, they're perfect. And when we pick them up with our transfer tape, everything's going to be beautimous. So we're going to go over here and we're going to first align them so that they're centrally on each other. So we're going to click the middle one where it's center top to bottom, and then center the center one, which is left to right. So we're going to come with our little mouse, we're going to click the top one, then we're going to click the bottom one. And oh, my bad. Okay, so that it did exactly what I told it to do. So I'm just going to scooch it down. I'm going to hold the shift button and the down arrow and just shift it down. I forgot we don't want to do that because we don't want them overlapped on each other. Now I'm going to leave a little bit of room so that they don't actually cut into each other. And yeah, okay, so now I've got them together and a little bit of space, but when I go to stick it on the project, I'm going to move them closer. I hope that makes sense. But when we're cutting it out, we don't want them touching and accidentally cutting into each other. But we are going to go into our properties over here into the layers. Okay, the little sandwich icon there. And then we're going to group, see how ours are highlighted, just those two? We're going to group those ones together. So now when it goes to cut, it'll cut those together and keep them together. Okay, so we can move that like that. Now we're going to go back to our edit button. We're going to grab both of these and we're going to do center the top one. And then we're just going to scooch this down a bit. And it doesn't matter. You can even cut them on two different colors. Ooh, you know what? That would be fun. But yes, so what you would do is you would just have them separate and then cut them on different colors. But I'm going to leave mine the same color, I think. Oh, such decisions now. No, we're going to leave it. We're going to leave it. Oh, you know what we'll do? We'll make it easy, right? Nah. Yeah, okay, you know what we're going to do? We're going to scooch that there. I kind of want to do it in different colors. So we're going to cut the savings out of another color, and we're going to do that to this one too. So I don't need them together. So what I need to do now is ungroup them. So I'm going to go to my little sandwich, and then we're going to right click on my cursor's on the blue part that says group, and I right click it, and then that opens that dialog so I can ungroup it. Okay, so now we have the two. So I can have this be like blue and this be like silver, which that might be fun. So there's all of our bits. But as you can see, it's ginormous, right? I can't go cut all of that on one sheet. So what we do is we scooch things around so we can see what we've got. And free choice. I'm going to try and figure out about how many pages I need. And as you can see, this is actually quite big. And that's okay. That's okay. We need to make sure it stays within the red. There's a red dotted line. That is your bounding area for your cuts. And this one, That one's going to be out of the area. That one's going to be out of area. So it looks like we're going to be able to get, come on, scooch over. If I give these enough space, right, like so, we're going to get 4 labels in this little area. And it's about a 6-inch area because that's how wide ours are. So we're going to probably get 6.5-inch pieces. And we're going to load up our mat with 4 of those. And what we're going to do is we're going to save this file, save, okay, and we're going to go into documents, and this is my brother's projects, and we're gonna open up a new folder, oops. Okay, and I'm going to name this budget binder, B-U-D-G-E-T, binder. Okay, budget binder. And then I'm going to label this budget binder as well. Just no spaces. Budget binder. And we're going to leave the file format. Now, what this is the workable file, okay? It's not the file that goes to our brother. This is the actual workable canvas file. And I'm saving it that way there. If I do anything and I mess this up, I can, I can revert back to the other way. So I think if we file, save as, we're gonna go, oops, that did not save into the budget binder, so I just moved my file into the budget binder. And then we're gonna do budget binder, and then we're gonna do part 2, okay, part 2, and then we're gonna do file, save as, budget binder, part 3. Now, for me, you guys can do this a bazillion different ways. I'm going to break it down so it's easy for me, so I know what I'm doing. Now, all of this will fit on the first page, right? So I can actually delete this, okay? This is budget binder 3. It's going to have these 4 words on it, so I can make a note somewhere and do that. So I just saved that. Okay. Now remember, all of those words are saved in the other one. This file I can send to my scan and cut just like this. Okay. Which we'll do here in a minute. But I'm going to go open budget binder 2. Okay. Budget binder 2. That's the one we're going to open. And remember, budget binder 3, we kept this one, this one, this one, and this one. We kept those ones. So in this one, I'm going to delete them. So that way there I have gas, food, free choice, hubby, okay, and then I have my savings, payday, 52 week, and then my challenges. Okay, so I'm going to make a note: gas, food, free choice, and hubby. Okay, gas, food, free choice, and hubby. And now I'm going to delete those. Okay, and I'm going to file, I'm going to save, and now I'm going to go open number 1. Okay, so we have this part in number 3. We had gas, food, free choice, and hubby in number 2. So we're going to delete that. And then I have payday, savings, 52 week, and then our cute little words. Okay, so we're going to put those there, we're going to put that there, and then we're going to save this. File, save. So now I have 3 simpler files, so that all I have to do for each one when I'm ready is file, export. We want to send it out. So we're going to export, and we're going to transfer using the internet, unless you have yours set up differently. If you have a newer version of Scan and Cut, you'll be able to do that one. If you don't have Wi-Fi or a wired connection, you can put your files on a thumb drive and then go plug it into your machine. And that's what that one is for. But I have a Wi-Fi signal via AKA internet. So that's what I'm going to do. And we're going to go over to our brother's Scan and Cut, which is on and ready to receive that. Almost forgot, before I do that, I got to cut me some papers for those. So please hold while I take care of that, and we'll be right back. Okay, so I've got my mat loaded with some Cricut vinyl, and you can use whatever kind of vinyl you want. I am using the glitter stuff. So I need to do a test cut, and we're going to go to the pattern. We're going to go into our test mode, and we're going to cut a little square, because why not? And that is all good. So we're going to say set that. Now, my pressure and everything was set for a deep cut. So I'm going into my wrench. I'm going to scroll down. So my cut speed, I don't know about that. I'm hoping that's the slow one. I don't know. But we're going to reduce the cut pressure to a 1. Okay. So cut speed 5, cut pressure 1. My blade, okay, let me pop this out real quick. I did switch it out for the normal cut, and I've got mine to a 4, and it's just barely poking out because we don't want to go through the vinyl. We want to go through the first layer, but not the backing. Okay, we're going to tell it okay. And I am actually okay with the placement because I have a little scrap of piece paper there. So we're going to tell it okay. We're going to cut it, and we're going to start. Okay. I'm going to say okay, and we're going to eject that. And there's my little square. And what we're checking is to make sure that it cut. You guys, look at that. I guessed pretty darn good on that. Look at that. Our little test cut was perfect. It did not cut through. It tried to, but that's, as long as it didn't, that's what we're looking for. So, see that? I had my test cut over here. Now I got my little panels on this side. So I need to know where those are, right? So we're gonna go ahead and we're going to load our mat. Okay, we're gonna go back to the home screen. Yep, we're gonna delete all that. We're gonna get our pattern from the cloudums. All right, so here it is. And if you guys were wondering, I caught that I misspelled challenge, but I did fix that, saved it, and then send it back on over. So we have payday. You see that? Look at that. Savings, 52 week challenge savings. But they're here on this side of the mat. I need them to be over here on this side of the mat. But I'm not 100% sure where, right? It's like, I know my colors are there. So what we're going to do is we're going to scan our mat, okay? we're going to scan the mat and show the background so we know exactly where our stuff is. So we're going to let it pull it in. See if we can't show you that. Okay, it's going to just do a little scan and then shoot it back to us. Ta-da! And if we look up on our mat, I'm going to try and get you in as close as I can. We can kind of see the purple, the light pink. This is the gold and the blue. Let me grab my list because I didn't have a lot of these glitter papers, so I made a list of how I'm going to do that. The savings in the challenge, this one and this one are going to be both cut on the gold, just like that. The savings is going to be on the pink one, like so. And then payday is going to be on the blue one. And 52 week is going to be on purple. Okay, look at that. So we can look at that and say, well, it looks pretty darn good, right? Or we can fine tune. Fine tune that little button. Let me go back. This top one right here. Okay, fine tuning. We can go like this. We can zoom in and we can see that, oh man, that is like really close. So we can just grab it and scooch it over. Okay, so now I see more purple on the sides. This one looks pretty darn good. And again, here we have that E a little close to the edge. I'm going to take it up right there. I'm going to move that one up too. And then I have a little chunk if I need to. And then payday, we're just going to scooch that over just a teeny bit. And we're going to tell it okay. Now, if you don't want to pencil drag, you can very fine tune with these buttons. Okay. But you can't do that when you're zoomed. So we're going to tell it okay. And we have everybody situated. We're going to tell it okay. And the mat is already loaded from our test, or when we did the scan. So nothing needs reloaded or anything. We can just hit the OK button. That's going to take us to our cut screen. Oops, no, it's not. We're going to tell it okay one more time. There we go. Oops, oh, hang on guys, you're sliding all around. So we're going to tell it we want to do a cut, and then we're going to start. And then there it goes. And then I just need to do this 2 more times with the other 2 files, send them over one at a time and cut them out. I'm gonna pause. It's so satisfying. It still has pixie spray on my mat. It's so funny how it chooses which ones to do. Anyways, I will pause and be right back. Woo-wee. So that went really well. I'm gonna, which one do we want to pluck? Let's pluck the payday. Look, we have pressure imprints on the back, but it didn't cut through. Yay! So I want the letters to be transferred over to my folders. So we're going to weed. I'm just going to weed one of these just so you can see, and then I'll show you that I'm going to put the transfer tape on. I'm going to find a little area where we see some blue and white, because the white is the backing. We're just going to get our little poker tool, maybe. Come on. Okay. So I like to take and pull it flat on itself. Okay, not like this or anything. I like to pull flat on itself. Okay. And we're going to take our time just in case it didn't cut something. Okay, because we don't want to muck it up. But hot dog, look at that. And if we do it just right, we could plop this on a piece of paper and have payday. So you could do multiple things. But not this lady. Okay, that's why these projects, if you're buying decals and stuff, they cost money because there's a lot of waste to them. So in order to get out the center bits, let me move my mat. I just put my arm on it. I don't want to lose any more stick on the thing. So I find the area and I just give a little push with my pokey tool and it's going to loosen that right up like so. Okay, find the area, and if you lift you can see the line. Another trick is if you have a light table, say like you're doing a ton of these like I would, I might grab out my light table, but these are so big and chunky. Look how easy. Isn't that? Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now I mentioned I used Pixie spray. Please note, Pixie spray will pull residue. See, I got a little chunk of sticky residue right there. It's actually pulling the original mat off with it. The mats are just not sticky enough. And that's okay. But now we're going to get our transfer tape, which I want to grab my rolls of stuff. I don't know if they all do, but some Cricut vinyls come with some transfer tape buried in the roll. Okay, I don't know if that's an old thing or they still do it. You can even check some Dollar Trees have heck, they have vinyl and the transfer grips. Sorry, something came across my screen and I was like, oh, did it lose it? But no, you're still there. So what we're gonna do, okay, this one is a strong grip. Hopefully it doesn't eat my thing. And if it does, I've got extra. I can cut it again. What you want to do is you want to make sure that you cut a piece of vinyl that is going to cover the whole thing. Okay. So I made these. What did I make these? 6.5. 3 by 6.5. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a 3-inch. We're just going to eyeball it. It's going to be this line right here. This line. This one. Okay. 3. Doop, doop. And I always cut it off. I don't like leaving weird angles. And if it leaves chunks, like I have chunks left. These are my extra chunks. I have a drawer. I have a drawer for specialty papers and stuff like this. I'm just going to chuck it in there. And then if I just need a little chunk for something, I'm good to go. So I got this on the table. We are measuring from the end there to number 6. Nope, that's number 7. This is number 6 right through Cricut, which is fine, just like so. Okay, and then we're gonna peel this too. Sometimes it's a pain, you guys. All good things, right? All good things are a pain in the bupkis. I'll find my pokey tool. Where's our word? We need payday. Wait, am I cutting this the wrong? No. See, this one is the too short one. Let's go put that over there. This, it's close. It's close enough for me. But if you can do it a little bit bigger, that's really good. Oh, here we go. Actually, just like on the colored stuff, there's a piece of the backing showing through. And there is our transfer tape. Just like so. And the transfer part is sticky and see-through. Okay. Now, because this is a small piece, we're able to handle it as a unit, right? But if you can't, that's all right. You can put it back. If it's giving you fits, you can readjust it. And we're going to put that on there with a little bit sticking through, okay? Woo. Okay. And then we're going to put this right above. We're going to make sure that lines up with that. It's not going to pick it all up. It's going to pick up most of it. Can't believe I cut that too short. Yes, I can. We're going to go like this, okay? So we've got a little bit of the stuff there. Oh my goodness. Redo. Love this, right? You can just redo. Let's stick a little bit more out the top. There we go. Let's try this again. So we're going to put this right up to there, right to there. There we go. Look at that. Sometimes. Okay, now with that attached, okay, we can peel our backing right off, like so. Isn't that fabulous? Ugh, look at that. Now this is why you want it a little bit bigger, just to make sure it picks everything up. And we're gonna work out those bubbles, okay? Doesn't have to be 100% perfect. You can get your little scraper tool. Okay, this is my Simon Hurley scraper tool. Just get that on there. Make sure that's nice and grippity. Now this is what we're going to do. Here's the original backing for the transfer tape. Okay, we're going to peel this. Look at that. Oh my goodness, it peeled so beautifully. We don't want to touch the sticker itself, right? But we're just going to gently set this on here, okay? And this is now ready to ship to your friends, put it in your store, or put it in your budget binder, okay? So we're gonna go in here and, oh, we're backwards. I haven't done my budget yet, but I'll get to that. I gotta put the monies away. Change, payday. Okay, this is my payday binder. Folder, payday folder, okay? So we're gonna pop that out of there, okay? And then what we wanna do is we wanna take the money out so it doesn't throw our lines off, okay? And if you lined it up, you can use the lines on your grid to get everything where you want it. Another thing you can do is eyeball it. Okay, you can eyeball it. I do a lot of eyeballings. You can get yourself a T-ruler, okay, because my little pouch is straight right there, so I can put that there. Roll it to the top and see that my Y hot dog. That's pretty well lined up, okay? So, oops, did I just move that? Oh, no. Okay. So, that's lined up pretty good. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to peel this back. Oops. Nope. We're going to peel this back just a wee bit. Just like when we put it together. We're going to expose some of that sticky, but not all of it, because we want to move it in case we muck it up, which happens, right? So I should have had that exposed while we were measuring, but you know, that's all right. So, and the other thing I want to make sure is that I have it the way I want it. So my binder's going to open like this, and that's going to say payday. Am I going to be happy with that? Yes, I don't want it like that. I definitely want it like this. Okay. So then we're going to get our little measure tool. Okay. And we're going to set this on here. And because I have my tape at the bottom, I'm going to pull that up. Okay. Gonna get this on here. Got that lined up. And what I'm lining up this time, I'm doing this fast. You guys, I'm so dumb. Let's line up the not sticky part like we just did a little bit ago. Okay, we want to put that. Where do we want that? I think I want it here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide this down. I'm going to get that right there. I'm going to get that right there. So this is lined up here. These are lined up here. I want to make sure this stays put. Okay. So now when we go to peel this, okay, we've got a hold of it, okay, and we're going to flatten it out, okay, one letter at a time. Just kind of walk it out so we don't get any bubbles in our letters. Okay, just walk that out. Just like so. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. I would recommend, instead of folding this over, cut this off. It gave me a little bit of resistance giving the pull, but you can see it did come off all right. And then we're going to rub on the back side. We're going to rub on the front side. We're going to get our little spatula. Make sure that is on there. Okay. And just like peeling off the weeding, okay, we're going to grab our extra sticky, okay, and we're going to pull it back on itself. I'm not going to pull up and try and go. I want the stickers to stay. So I'm going to keep this as flat as possible, just like so, okay? That way there I can watch for any little bits. This is a nice big design. I don't have to worry too much, but sometimes if you get little bits, you want to go extra slow. That way there, if it sticks, you can push it back, scrub it down, and then keep rolling it back on itself. See that? Oh my gosh. Look at that. Now, this is not a lost cause. Well, it might be. No. Just gotta make sure you're peeling apart in the right way. Okay. I can put this right back on another piece. Okay. So you can use this a couple of times until it's not picking up your pieces perfectly. And all I'm going to do is stick it right back on. Hey, now. I'm going to stick it right back on here for now. And I will use that for my other ones. And then there's my payday. And it looks crooked. Is that me? See, there's straight. No, that is straight, you guys. Look at that. I forgot to center it this way, though. So I've got a little bit more room. But that's okay. It's okay. I still think it looks beautiful. And for handmade, I mean, I'm not a machine, right? So let me know what you think down in the comments. Is this something? Oh my gosh, look at. Look at. Oh, it's so cool. So I'm going to weed and put these all together. And if you guys want to see what my entire budget binder looks like, come check out the budget binder video that's coming up after this video. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. And not like coming up like right after, like in a day or two. Okay. Until then, my friends, I hope you have a wonderful crafty day. Oh my goodness. So proud of it. Bye-bye.